Welcome to the Elevate Media Podcast with your host, Chris Anderson. In this show, Chris and his guests will share their knowledge and experience on how to go from zero to successful entrepreneur. They have built their businesses from scratch and are now ready to give back to those who are just starting. Let's get ready to learn, grow, and elevate our businesses. And now, your host, Chris Anderson.
Your story matters. You might be starting out on your journey, whether that be business or your podcast, and you might not think your story truly matters. You might start getting all these voices in your head saying, why am I doing this? What's the point? I'm not good enough. I don't sound good enough. My camera, my video is not good enough. My sound's not good enough. No one's going to want to listen to me. Who am I to talk about these topics? Who am I to coach others? Who am I to guide people in changing their lives? I'm just a normal person. Those are all lies because your story does matter. What you've been through, your experiences matter. And even if you're just 10% farther along in your journey than someone else, you can help them. Your story can resonate and will resonate with them. You'll be the motivation. You'll be the guide. You'll be the person that they're learning from because you've been there and you've went through it. But don't let the lies creep in. Don't let those lies hold you back from starting. When I started out on my podcast, I had the same kind of thoughts. Is this ever going to take off? Is this ever going to pick up traction? Am I ever actually going to be able to make a profit? Am I going to be able to actually provide for my family through this business? Now, being where we are in business and with the podcast, hitting a lot of our goals we first set out to accomplish, those thoughts still start to creep back in, which is crazy. Am I ever going to be able to get to X amount per month now? Am I going to be able to make it off this plateau that we're in with business? Because that's what it is. You get to these new levels and you're like, am I going to be able to get to that next level? So don't forget where you came from. Don't forget how much power your story can have to help others. So share it, get it out there. Be vulnerable, be transparent. It's not easy. This road of entrepreneurship is not easy. It's simple, but it's going to be hard. It's going to test you emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. It's going to push your limits and expand your comfort zone. But you got to remember, your story matters. And you're on this journey for a reason. And don't forget that. 3 things. If you're, thinking about sharing or telling your story, but you just don't think you're good enough, just 3 things to remember. The first one, we can all improve. So practice in front of a mirror, practice in front of those close to you who will give you valuable, truthful feedback to make you better. But practice. We've done over 200 episodes here with Elevate Media for this podcast. And when we started out, it was a whole different name. Our brand has changed along the way. But with that, if you look back to the very first ones, when we first started out, when I was doing it by myself, they're terrible compared to now. And even now, compared to where we'll be into this year, I know because we'll continue to improve like we have. And that's the same thing. It takes times, it takes reps, it takes getting out there, practicing and getting better to improve. And once you do that, you get a little bit more confidence in sharing, in speaking. And so you got to practice. The second thing, detach yourself from what everyone else is doing and what everyone else says about you, or what you think they say about you. Because most of the time they don't care about you because they're so focused on themselves. So don't worry about where everyone else is in their journey. Don't worry about if you haven't even hit 1,000 a month or 5,000 or 10,000. That was my issue. And then, getting to that level, now I'm trying not to worry about the people who've got 20,000 a month, 50,000 a month. I'm just trying to continue my journey. Focus on what I can do today to grow, to keep helping people expand their businesses, their brands through video podcasting. So you got to focus on your journey. Don't let someone who's on chapter 10 discourage you because you're on chapter 2. We're all on different path. We all have our own race. So don't focus on what other people are doing, where they're at, or what they're saying. Because the only people that are going to put you down are the ones who are below you, who are jealous of where you're at. So you can almost take it as like a badge of honor, a compliment that they're, being nasty or being negative because they're jealous of you. So just take that with a grain of salt. So first one, practice. Just get the reps in. Second is don't worry about where other people are at or what they're saying about you, because only the ones below you will make negative comments about you, or the ones who are jealous of you will make negative comments of you. And then use those who are ahead of you to learn from and not compete with, because we're all in our own race. And then the last one, enjoy it. Enjoy the trials. Enjoy the hardships. Enjoy the pain. Because understanding, if you're continuing to improve 1% better each day, that those moments are getting you to that next level, or preparing you for what's next, or preparing you for better and bigger things ahead. So try to have the mindset and the view of these difficulties, these obstacles. It's like Ryan Holiday, the obstacle is the way, right? And so see it for that. And it's hard. Yeah, today I was just on my own case, like kind of just getting down on myself because of, wanting to get to that next level, and, having to remind myself, like, the difficulties you're in now, you would have never have thought, starting out, you would have been here, because back then your difficulties were just finding any kind of revenue. And now it's, scaling from where we're at. There's just different difficulties, and not letting yourself get dragged down negatively with it, but saying, okay, this is awesome. Like, yeah, this is difficult. This is hard. This is something new that I'm trying to learn and grow through. But those moments, like, I'm thankful for this moment because I know it's going to make me better going forward. It's going to prepare me for what's next. And so changing your viewpoint, your perspective on the obstacles, on the hurdles of life, on the mountains you have to climb, the valleys you have to get out of, seeing those moments as things that are going to make you better will help you enjoy the journey a little bit more. So practice, focus on your own journey, and then change your perspective of what the obstacles and hurdles are. See them as positive things and not negative. So I hope you took something from this. I hope something stood out for you and that you can take with you on your journey and hopefully elevate what you're doing. That's my goal. That's why I'm here. I want to help you as consultants and as agency owners, just take your business, your goals to the next level. And sometimes that's just working on ourselves, sharing our story, sharing our knowledge, sharing our expertise, sharing what we've been through. So if you haven't already, would love a rating and review. Love the feedback, continuing to improve this show for you all. So if you could leave me something, let me know. Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, we'd appreciate that. Share this with somebody who maybe needs the inspiration, the motivation, or just maybe they will get something out of it. Share it with those who are trying to build a business as well alongside you. And get out there and share. Keep growing, keep elevating your brand, keep elevating your life, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Elevate Media Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. See you in the next episode.